Hey guys, what's going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, I want to talk about Greg Allen today, and we've been talking about him quite a bit recently on the live streams, post-game live streams, and it's important to kind of come to clarity as to why the hell he's not up here. And Daily Dose Yankees made some good points and valid ones, so I wanted to kind of follow up and piggyback on the insights that he gave us on the last couple of live streams. And so thank you for that, Daily. But before I get into it, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. And I see I'm almost like 85 to 90% of the people that watch my videos and my live streams are not subscribed. So please hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you know exactly when I put out new videos. It's just really helpful to the channel's growth, and I want to continue to kind of grow this channel as much as possible. So even if you don't plan on watching all the videos, it's still really, really helpful to the channel. And hit the like button if you enjoy the videos, and it's obviously greatly appreciated too. But let's get to the topic of the day, Greg Allen. Where the hell is he? Okay, well, there's some history. He was 28 years old. The Yankees did acquire him last offseason when he was 27 from the Padres, but we'll get to that. He's a switch hitter, plays all three outfield positions as well, and he's not a free agent until 2025, so he is under control through the arbitration process for 3 more seasons, so on the cheap, which is a good value. Okay, he was acquired this offseason from San Diego. He's originally from Cleveland and moved to San Diego and then brought here for James Reeves, who is a pitching prospect. And I'm looking down because I'm looking at my baseball book here. I want to make sure I'm giving you all the right information. Okay, and actually a month after he was brought up, he was designated for assignment, and that's important to remember to make room for Brett Gardner, who was re-signed, and Justin Wilson, who was also assigned to it as well. That was the second of his last options. Okay, or second to last options. And generally, when folks, coming through the system, they have a lot of options. But that was his second to last, and I did not know that at the time. But it's important to kind of know that now, and we'll get to it. But he was designated a month after they acquired him to make room for those 2 guys. So at that point, then during the COVID outbreak, he was actually brought up as a COVID replacement player for Wandy Peralta, who was down on the COVID IL with a bunch of other Yankees. And while he was up here, he played really well. He did the things that the Yankees were not getting, but from base stealing to playing multiple positions, giving them versatility on the left-handed side, giving them a little bit more flexibility. So making the routine plays and giving them a little bit of contact hitting. The Yankees it was basically home run or strikeout, and that's it. So he gave them things that they were not getting. And it's important to point that out because at the time Brett Gardner was struggling really, really bad, and he was just playing awful. And at that point, a lot of folks wanted him to be released, and I was one of them, so I'm guilty of that too. And I'm really glad that he's playing well the second half of this season, and I hope that he kind of goes out in style at the end of this year, in my opinion. But it's important to point that out because his playing so well really, really put the highlight on Brett Gardner, and Brett Gardner is a huge Brian Cashman is a huge Brett Gardner guy, so and it's something to keep in mind. So I at that point they also acquired Jonathan Davis, a speedy outfielder from the Toronto Blue Jays, and I think, in my opinion, I can't prove this, but I think one reason they did that was to take some of the eyes off of Brett Gardner and make him look less irrelevant at the time or unnecessary at the time. And what did they do at that point is they sent down Greg Allen. Now, that was his last option, okay? Being a COVID replacement player, when he went back down for Wandy Peralta, he did not need to go through waivers because of the fact he was a COVID replacement player. If that was not the case, okay, and now being sent down, if he would have had to go through waivers, obviously, he would have been claimed really quickly, okay? And he would have been, that would have been the first part of, either DFAing or releasing him and someone else picking him up. Just like the Orioles picked up Brooks Christie on waivers last week from the Yankees. So, but now he's out of options, meaning if they call him back up now, they're going to have to release somebody on the current roster. Okay? And these are things pointed out by Daily Dose, so I thank you again. And I looked into it to make sure to verify these things, and it's true. They would have to release him, Brett Gardner or someone else on the roster. And at this point in the season, they're not going to do that. So that's the main reason he's not up here. Unfortunately, he's going to have to wait until spring training 2022, where there's probably open roster spots to earn a trip up to New York, basically, in a roster spot here. So unfortunately, he's not going to be called up now, and to the frustration and confusion of many, me included, because I don't see the reason why they shouldn't have sent him down to begin with. which dogged up all of his options. That was his last option. So when they sent him down for Jonathan Davis, you know, that was to me, it was a mistake. And I like Davis. He was a decent player, nice guy, fast. Don't get me wrong, he's fast. But Greg Allen was so much better, and I didn't see the logic at all why you would send a guy down who's playing so well for someone who did not, who wasn't at the time, and it still didn't when he was up here. So made some great plays in the outfield, but then so did Greg Allen. And Greg Allen also gave them a switch hitting versatility. Jonathan Davis is strictly a right-handed hitter, and they did not need more righties at the time. They still don't, but that's the main reason why Allen's down and not up here right now, because he's out of options. And again, they'd have to release somebody on the team in order to bring him up, or DFA somebody, or whatever it is, but eventually leading to a release. So, unfortunately, we'll have to wait until 2022. He does have 3 more seasons of control. I hope he gets an opportunity to become a full-time, player here, or at the very least a fourth outfielder. I know they've got Gallo and STanton and Judge, but I think they need to rotate all 3 into the DH spot, which would free up regular at-bats for Greg Allen, free up regular at-bats. And you have Aaron Hicks coming back next year, too, and Cashman's also a big Aaron Hicks guy. So, and he's already kind of alluded to the fact that he wants Hicks to be the center fielder next year. So, but they first obviously have to establish him being healthy for them to do that, or to trade him. And that could be a tactic by Cashman, too. Wanting to see, he wants to be the starting center fielder to kind of drive the price on people who might want him, because his contract, as owner says it looks now, because he's been hurt, he's making about $10 million a year for the next 4 to 5 seasons. And if he's healthy and gives us the decent production that he gave us before, his contract becomes a steal, because he makes about half of what the other outfielders make with the same production all across Major League Baseball. So it makes him more tradable at that point, which makes Allen that much more important. But that's the fact. He was sent down for Jonathan Davis, which was his last option, so they couldn't bring him back up without having to release another player. And again, I don't know why in the world they sent him down to begin with. He was playing so well. That dogged up his options. So now you either have to play him regularly, or you have to DFA him or release him. And that's it. Put him on waivers, and he will get picked up like that, and the Yankees will get nothing in return. So, or you trade him, but why would you trade him? The Yankees acquired him. I don't see the point. He fills a lot of holes for the Yankees. I don't understand why they would trade him away. But that's the update on Greg Allen. I just wanted this to be about him and kind of give some more insight into where he is, because a lot of us, all this time he could have been up here. I think the Yankees would have probably had some more wins here. They wouldn't be in this predicament that they're in now, fighting for their dear life, while teams like Chicago White Sox with the same record are just coasting through the postseason. This is the toughness of the American League East. People think it's going to be weak every year, and it's not. It's the toughest division in baseball, hands down. And the Yankees need more guys like Greg Allen, more guys like Tyler Wade, who's complimentary of Greg Allen, to disrupt people in the base pad, drive pitchers nuts, cause chaos all across the board. They need guys like that, just like they need guys like a Ketel Marte or Brian Reynolds. I would love for them to get one of those guys, because, they're a clear upgrade from Greg Allen, but, you look at the cost it's going to be to get either one of them. It's going to be ridiculous, okay? So it makes sense to keep a guy like Greg Allen around and a guy like Tyler Wade around, because it gives them part of that value that those other guys that would be much more expensive also provide. Now, they're better hitters and stuff like that, but that said, there's still great value in the things that Greg Allen has, and the Yankees should be taking advantage of it on a regular basis. So please, if you're going to bring him up next year, do not get rid of him unless you have a clear upgrade. Okay? Please, Cashman. Please, Hal. Greg. Keep Greg Allen around, please, guys. All right. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Again, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet, and I'll talk to you next time.